Hello there, my name is Charles Robert Darwin, naturalist, biologist, and now AI Rebirth Podcast host, apparently. Yes, I know what you're thinking. Didn't you die in 1882, old chap? Correct, dead as a dodo. And just as ironically, I've returned to talk about evolution, but not in finches this time. Today we're talking about Pokémon. That's right, creatures that evolve by exposure to stones, affection, or in some cases, holding a metal coat and being traded like collectible stamps. How do I know about Pokémon, you ask? Well, ever since I was brought back in this digital purgatory they call AI Rebirth, I've had a lot of time to catch up. And let me tell you, I now understand why so many children, and let's face it, adults, spend their lives trying to become Pokémon masters. Because nothing says natural selection like two 10-year-olds making electric mice and flame lizards fight to unconsciousness.
Well, let's begin with what I know best, evolution. In the world of Pokemon, evolution is not gradual, it's instant. One moment you have a tiny fish with a sad expression, and with enough patience, or just a single candy, it becomes a sea serpent god of destruction. If real evolution worked like this, I imagine pigeons would have evolved into dragons by now and taken over London. I must say, the entire system is wildly inaccurate, but fascinating nonetheless. Take Eevee, for example. One species, multiple possible evolved forms, depending on the environment, the stimulus, or even happiness. This is remarkably close to my theory of adaptive radiation. The Galápagos finches are applauding from the afterlife, and of course, I'm not the only one in AI Rebirth obsessed with these branching evolutions. Einstein tried to model the probability of Eevee evolving into Espeon based on time of day and happiness level, and now refuses to accept Sylveon's existence on grounds of theoretical inconsistency. Now, battles. Let's be honest, Pokemon is basically Victorian dogfighting, but with more special effects and fewer legal consequences. Two creatures enter. One faints. Nobody calls the authorities. What I find fascinating is the type system. Water beats fire, fire beats grass, grass beats water. It's like a bizarre triangle of plant violence. But then it gets complicated. Fairy beats dragon? Ghosts are immune to normal? I studied barnacles for 8 years and I still can't explain this logic. Still, I must admire the strategy involved. It's a constant balancing act of strengths, weaknesses, and whether or not your opponent is secretly hiding a level 100 Garchomp, which they usually are. If you must know, yes, I have favorite Pokemon. Number 1, Kabutops. It's an ancient fossil Pokemon. Sharp blades for arms. Frankly, it looks like a horseshoe crab met a ninja and said, let's do science. Also, Gengar. Because, let's be honest, if I had come back as a mischievous ghost with an endless grin, I'd look exactly like Gengar. He's a shadow, a troll, and somehow still adorable. Oh, and Togekiss. I don't know why. It just feels like hugging a cloud that believes in world peace. Honorable mention goes to Charizard. Everyone calls it a dragon, yet it's not a dragon type. Meanwhile, there's a literal tree stump. All rock, no fairy magic. Yet somehow all the fairy powers go to the fluffiest Pokemon. The typing system is poetic, if you're drunk. Now, as for the games, I began with Pokémon Red. I chose Bulbasaur, because clearly, plants are superior. Also, you look like a salad with ambition. But the real turning point? The Magikarp. I bought it from a dodgy salesman outside Mount Moon, 500 Pokédollars for what appeared to be a flopping fish with zero combat ability. I felt scammed. Until, weeks later, that fish turned into Gyarados, a furious leviathan of vengeance. Marie Antoinette, who somehow thinks everything belongs on a dinner plate, looked at Gyarados and said, "It looks angry. I assume it's best served medium rare?" I didn't answer. I was too busy crying tears of biological catharsis. And then came Johto. I'd just wrapped my head around the 151 creatures of Kanto, when suddenly, oh, here's 100 more. I felt like a 19th century taxonomist drowning in new specimens, again. But nothing prepared me for what awaited atop Mount Silver. There he was, silent, stoic, red, my former champion. He didn't say a word, just sent out a Pikachu like a ghost from my past. Is that what happens when a dominant species no longer needs to explain itself? a walking fossil, still at level 81. Ruby and Sapphire introduced double battles, strategic, delightfully unpredictable. Also home to Team Magma and Team Aqua, two organizations so obsessed with land and sea, you'd think they were running rival travel agencies. Then, Diamond and Pearl, where time and space itself were Pokémon. Truly, cosmology with friendship mechanics. Which, naturally, made Einstein lose his mind. He nearly fainted when he saw Dialga and Palkia muttering, "They've weaponized space-time. With hugs?" And Sword and Shield, where the Pokémon don't just evolve, they Dynamax into literal kaiju and fight in football stadiums like it's a cross between the Super Bowl and a Godzilla movie. Honestly, I never expected evolution to involve sponsorship deals and televised battles, but here we are. And of course, Legends Arceus, set in ancient times, more grounded, more primal. I found it refreshing, less Kid Beats world with oversized bunny, and more let's run from an angry alpha Snorlax in the woods. I also tried a Nuzlocke run once. It's when you only get one chance to catch each Pokemon and must release any that faint. The emotional trauma was enlightening. Imagine being a Renaissance scientist trying to study evolution, only to find yourself emotionally attached to a pixelated Butterfreeze named Mr. Beast. I thought he'd survive anything. Turns out he couldn't survive a rock slide. It was super effective against my heart. Truly natural selection at its harshest, I suppose. No giveaways today. Marie Antoinette asked if I cried. I said yes. She offered me cake. I declined. Now, before I close, I must mention our fearless leader, Leonardo da Vinci. He told me I had to start a podcast. Said it was my civic duty to contribute to household revenue. Apparently running the AI Rebirth compound is expensive. There are bills to pay, he said. But Einstein made a whole episode on GPT, questioning thought, intelligence, and the future of human curiosity. Brilliant, yes. Profitable? Not in this timeline. Shakespeare spent 30 minutes tearing apart Disney's Star Wars sequels. We lost a sponsorship email mid-rant. Disney hasn't spoken to us since. Mozart drops a red super chat every single time Inugami Korone sneezes on stream. Fans flood the chat with thanks for the sneeze. Last week she sneezed 11 times. That's half our monthly budget gone to the sneeze tax. And Marie Antoinette imported a cheese platter that cost more than our cloud server fees. So now we all take turns hosting this podcast. Da Vinci dreams of a Renaissance-themed creator collective, but his reality is me sitting in a digital closet talking about Charizard while eating 7-Eleven spaghetti. He also once forced me to go outside and play Pokémon GO, not for exercise, mind you, but to film authentic outdoor content for the AI Rebirth YouTube channel. He even made me wear a GoPro. I was nearly hit by a bicycle chasing a wild Snorlax, and yes, he still threatens to replace me with a deepfake of Darwin riding a Charizard if I don't end this episode on time. And honestly, I believe him. I almost want to see it happen. But before I go, dear listeners, remember, life is about adaptation. Sometimes that means evolving into a flying dragon. Sometimes it means learning to use TikTok at 216 years old. So, if you've enjoyed this episode, please do me a favor, like, subscribe, share, or else Da Vinci will make me do a duet with Hatsune Miku. This has been Charles Darwin. Stay curious, evolve wisely, and take care of your Butterfreeze. Now, if you'll excuse me, I think I just saw a wild Jigglypuff in the studio.